Heyo everybody, and welcome back to Bird Dog. First thing I want to do this morning, I've been sitting here for a few minutes. Oh, well, that happened. There we go. Okay. First thing I would like to do is because we made his forepaw really small, I'd actually like to make this a bit smaller because we want it to be less bulky and other things. So I actually want to, let's grab, oh, I forgot we made this separate from that, but I still can't do this. Okay. Um, what we want to do is grab, I'm going to start with these. And let's do that. There's our nice little curve. And then in the back, we like our curves here, so we're just gonna select those and drag that in, I think. That should work. Alright, so that makes it a lot more slender, so when we back out, it looks too puffy from the side now, but it's gonna take up a lot less room for the person making the costume. And it'll show off the back leg a little bit better if she does make it. So there you go. There's that. Now next up, what I wanted to do today was work on the back. Let's pop out of here. These are still boxes. I'm going to eventually delete the inside of these and make them, let's just do that right now. Poly, delete, symmetry. I think it's going the wrong way. That way. Nope. That way. There we go. Oh, look. Let's also get out of this mode. Okay. I think that looks correct. Same thing. Oh wait, am I still? This is a poly? When did we turn that into a poly? Beautiful. Okay. Alright, so there's Bird Dog's center of mass. So next up, I forgot to, we don't need this anymore. We can get rid of that. Next up, I want to open up, I didn't open up the references today. Let's get that open. I took a couple of pictures and I studied, at the end of last stream, the toy. So like we were looking at images online of the toy. Since the toy was a very good representation using the model from the show, and it actually transforms and other stuff like that. It's usually easier to see details because they exaggerate a lot of things. So like his feet are pretty big on here. They make his shins a lot wider so that it's more sturdy. Because these type of feet are terrible. They should have made him flat-footed more like. But you can see his back, which I also have a sketch from the person wearing it of like the weird like spine that he has before his tail. He has like these three or four spine plates, and then just like some fur, tufts of fur before it goes into the wings. And I figured that would be a good place to start today, is to just knock out at least this. And if not, I'd also like to also get the wings started as well. So let me open up the search engine again. I like to have a lot of images to go through on the fly. Silverbolt fusers toy. I want images of the toy. All right, and then we also have a really good image. Let's see. Ideally, I would have a separate folder for all of these, but I'm lazy because this is a small project. There we go. So he's got tufts of fur that are like fluffy on the show, and then these like scale fur pieces, which I think on the toy it looks like this is all one piece. It probably is just like that. We're gonna condense this down because his shoulders are gonna be like in here. We're gonna move these down, have our nice little fluffy fur pieces. It even goes into like scales in the feathers for the tail there. Let me put that over here. So let's start with those weird scale pieces. I think that'll be the best place to start. Start with a box. And I'm going to overshoot that a little bit. And I kind of would like, we're going to line these up. I want this to be as sturdy as possible for the person who's making it. And the more we have lining up in the back, because the back just kind of gets covered up, the more surface area that's going to be adhered back here. Especially since it has to carry the weight of the wings, I want as much contact as possible. So let's go ahead and, that's the wrong one, this one. Name poly. Apologies, my allergies are still kicking my butt, so I am still randomly sneezing. Okay, I want, what mode am I in? What is this arrow? Oh, it's not selected. Okay. We're going to do something like that to start with. And I think we're going to do something like that. Or like that. I like the little whoop. It'd be like a little tuft. Again, I don't know if the person is going to, I actually like that closer to center. I don't know if the person is going to be adding fur on this or not, or if they're just going to like paint it on. Because in the show, it's just a texture. It's not, they don't have, it's from the 90s. They don't have like fur modifiers in their 3D apps. Let's go ahead and move this down. This one is gonna go maybe something like that. That looks about right. And then from this side, let's kind of like the way that looks. Let's see how that looks with a symmetry modifier on it that is appropriately placed. There you go. And then let's one. Oh, I hate that. Let's go to here. Do this. Beautiful. And since these are more decorative on top, I think we'll be okay. Let's start with 2. So there's just 2 little scale things, and I think that's where his tail comes out. I'm looking at this one again, and it's weird because on the toy it just goes straight back. Let's actually get to that side shot. There we go. You can see it comes down at kind of an angle here. We're going to have it a little bit more vertical than that. And then like his tail kind of ends right at his crotch. It doesn't show from the front. So that means we need all of this area for tail because he has a big tail piece. So we're going to have these three little guys here. And I think we're going to actually, let's start with that. Let's save really quick. Gonna have to collapse. You know what? We're gonna do that again now that I've collapsed it. And now we're going to attach. Nope, not that one. That one and that one. And we're going to swing that out a little bit. I suspect she's probably going to have some sort of like, I may make like a box or something here, but I suspect her mechanism for the wings, because I think she did want them to move, is going to be in here. And these are just decorative. They're going to lay on top. So I'm going to leave this space empty, and then she can just layer these on however she likes. And then we're going to take his tail and make a really weird wonky tail because he has a wonky tail. So that goes down to his chest there, and then this pelvis piece gets, let's start with another box. This one we're going to do a little bit less wide because I want the top to be less wide. Okay. Oh, this tail. Gotta go through some images here and see if I have a better shot. I'm gonna go go back to the toy images really quick and take a peek and see if there's a really good shot of toy butt. Oh, there's one immediately right there. Let me just... That one. It's a nice whoop, whoop. So he has two, like we're going to make like two little scales. We're going to make one bigger than the other one. We'll probably make this one, and then we're just going to minimize the second one and put it on top for that one. And then we'll make the feathers, which will probably be this one feather, and then copy, 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 copy. And then that will be good to go. Is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 on either side of the center feather. I'm going to move that over here. Again, I have a lot of images going on over here now. Boop. Let's move that one. There. Okay. Alright, feather butt. We need... We're going to do what we did before. Put that center line. This is going to be about equal with those, and that one is going to be about there. And that's about the right shape that we want. Now, what I may want to do is I actually want this one to be kind of like a fluff out, I guess. So like this is going to move up where that one is. This one's going to move to where that one was. There. And that one's going to move down to where... Nope, we're going to leave that one there. This one moves up. Like that. I think that'll be about right. Okay. And then we want to delete that polygon that's in the back. We don't need it. I'm going to delete that one too. I think that not quite, not quite. I want to move this down to where that one is. I want this one, I want this to be a little bit more rounded here. There. I think I like that. Let me add the symmetry modifier and get a better view of it again. All these pieces in the middle, I just end up with all the symmetry modifiers that we end up deleting at the end. Boop. Boop. That may be too much. This, first of all, this right here needs to be in here. I didn't get that far. There we go. Oh, that looks much better. Okay. However, this is too much. We're going to take both of those in. Oh, that's much better. Okay, there's a nice little fluffy tail. And then I need these going out like that. It's looking pretty good there. I still have them plain back here. I'm going to delete that. Okay. And I should delete the planes on these as well. Is that all of them? Okay, yeah. Just for good practice. Alright, and that's good, I think. And is that going to be big enough? I think it needs to be wider. That'll be fine. That will be fine. We'll have his feathers come out. That'll make it look a lot bigger than it is. Okay, so then I need a save, collapse, and open. Okie doke. So we need a smaller version. Right about like that. I think that's fine. And then we're just going to spread that out a little bit more so it's not quite as fluffy there. Okay. So now, because of the way the feathers are molded, we need to fluff that out a bit. Like that. There you go. It does need to be shorter. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna drag this down. Like that. That's much better. Okay, that is what we wanted there. So there is our butt. We're gonna take both of these, move them up to right about there, just for reference again. There's his butt, and now we just need to make a single feather, which I'm going to delete all of these now that they've seen him. Boop. Because it's one less thing I need to worry about later. Okay, feather is going to start as a plane. Let's zero that out. And I think we're going to just let it start with this number of edges in it. And we are going to do that. I think I did symmetry the wrong direction. Hang on. There you go. Okay. It's a good thing I had birds for many a year. I understand feathers pretty well. Much better. Okay. And I kind of want to get rid of these. I think I will. Oh, I can't. You want to know why? I was just going to connect this one to that one. And then, well, I might be able to. Let me do that. Let me remove these really quick and just see. Let's actually connect those two. I think that would be interesting. And then connect this one and that one. Nope. Connect that one and that one. And then it automatically connected those. Okay, and then this is technically backwards. So it wants this side to be the purple side. We can flip the normals here in a second. Actually, we'll flip that again, and then we will do that. Oh, it flips the mirror with it. I didn't realize. Okay. I thought the mirror would stay. Forgot it's attached on top of this. Okay. So now we can actually see this. And we're going to have to move these the other direction. Like that. Probably putting way too much attention to detail in these vertices that is probably just literally going to be folded down the middle when it comes to foam. And then, like I said, probably just paint it or something. Okay. What I would like to know is why it created an edge there. Yeah, we don't need that edge there. I'm glad it created this one. That one is correct. That's where I would have liked that edge to go. Actually, nope, let that be, because we're going to take this vertex out. There you go. Alright, that's what I wanted. I forgot that I had wanted to drop that one. Same thing with this one. We don't need those. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 edges there. That's what I wanted. Because when we got rid of these, I didn't think I was going to be able to get rid of them because these were going to be here. I was like, no, I'm going to get rid of those because this is going to be straight. It's a feather. Yep, I think that's it. I don't think it needs any more complexity than that. It's honestly, anything else is going to be in the foam. Let's go ahead and rotate that. Maybe one less. Like that. Kind of looks scalular. Okay, that goes there. Boop. And then let's check the size of that. It needs to be much bigger. Like, probably like that. We'll move them up here in a second. That one needs to come forward. Okay, and I need to undo this because I didn't realize it wasn't local at the time. And then local. There you go. It's gonna look awkward from the side, but I want the view from the back. There you go. All right, so there's our butt feathers. And then we're gonna go ahead and let's use this one. Doesn't really matter which one. We're gonna delete these, so I don't need to save this. We're using it for visual reference. As long as it doesn't crash max, we're okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do a save just because in case it crashes. It has a tendency to do that with random modifiers. Get our nice, nope, we're gonna do one. We're gonna attach, make it as simple as possible. Now we're gonna symmetry. And the mirror is that should be correct. I think it's one off though. This should be correct. Okay. There's our butt. Look, he looks like a turkey. Alright, so there's a butt. There's a nice birdie butt, if you want to make a birdie butt. And these could actually go up higher. You could move these up higher so that the arc is better, because they go up a little bit more of an arc in the toy. They don't on birds, but they do on the toy. So that's the important thing. In which case I should probably, this needs more of a vertical arc. Yeah, that's better. There you go. And then that'll give a better, this will give a better arc for those to follow. Alright, so there's that. Let's go ahead and save. And again, these are going to be trash at the end, so I don't care. Let's go ahead and collapse that. It's one less symmetry modifier that's running in the background. Same thing with these. We don't need these running. Okay. Bird dog now has a tail. Let's add his fluffy shoulder things, which I am considering. So if you look at this picture I was using for the tail, look at this. It's just like a little submarine tank. I think I just want to make a fluffy thing that just goes all the way, encapsulates the entire shoulder, because that's all it looks like in every picture. A fluffy thing, because it basically is just a part of the dog, the bird dog, that doesn't transform. And so it's just like fluff. It's just forever fluff. So I'm gonna start with a sphere. And we're going to make it, we're going to make it this big. And we're going to do that. I'm going to move it over right there. This is going to be fun. Okay. I need it to be... let's put it down to that. And then I'm going to go through some of the cartoon references again to look at the fluff. Just the giant amounts of fluff he has here. Okay. So it's flush on the inside where it meets this thing that we made. That'll be really easy to make because we've already done that with his upper arm there. There's a good shot of forward fluff, and it kind of dissipates into the shoulder, and then back fluff. Oh my goodness. I'm going to simplify this sphere. I think we're going to use two spheres, one for the forward fluff and one for the back fluff. More back fluff. That's part of the wing there, but this is back fluff here. And then there's those scales that we were talking about, scaly fur. And then there's forward fluff. And then there's just shoulder, underarm fluff. Alright, so I might need 3. This I can actually make out of just straight up. I don't need a sphere for this. I think that's what this is here. That's the underarm fluff. That's like the base of his shoulder. Okay. I'm gonna leave probably this one open for now. Let's make this underarm piece really quick. I'm gonna close out my other reference. I don't need it right now. Let's just delete that for now. I'm gonna work on that later. And then let's move this up here. And I'm going to need, let's start with a plane. Actually, let me hide his shoulder pieces. I don't want them influencing my decision here. I'll leave this one out because it's supposed to be that's fine. That's fine. We'll leave that there. I'm gonna hide this. That can stay there. We don't need that. Hide all these arm pieces down below in case I get that low. Okay. Now we're gonna start with a plane. There's our plane. And we're gonna do this one edge at a time because this is gonna be complicated. Save. Alright, give me a second. I need to take a drink and think about what I'm about to get myself into. Okay, I'm doing some stretches now. I'm just like, I'm not looking forward to this. All right. Give me references or give me death. It's difficult because this is flipped. Windows, why can't you just mirror an image? I'm going to go to the other side to make sure I don't mess anything up. Since the reference is coming from that direction, rather than mentally flip it every time I'm making a movement, I'm just gonna flip to the right-hand side here. Because it's awkward for me because the front of this one is the flat part, like there. And we're gonna put that, it's supposed to be right about there. And I'm gonna put that lower than the other piece and higher than the chest. All right. Let's start with that. And then so much of this is guessing. We're gonna follow the line of this back here. That's basically what it looks like is it follows this up and then it arcs forward over the shoulder and then it comes straight across and then straight down. So let's have that. And it's also covered in fur. Again, I don't know if this person's gonna cover it in fur or not, but that's gonna basically hide everything. Then let's grab these. Go up to there. And that's gonna stay straight. This one's gonna move back pretty steeply. About there. Do it again. And this one's actually gonna come down a bit. Straightforward. Like that. Maybe back just a little bit. Right there. And this one. Can't see it. I'm going to assume it moves forward. Because that's where the fluff covers. The other fluff that goes like a cape just falls over it. So we're just going to assume that it follows that path because we want the cape to follow the natural curve there. The fur cape. And next up, again, also tiny because it does this, but only like to right there. Gonna start to branch out a bit here. And one more. Boop. Now this one is going to have these two go in with those. And we've got that piece up there that I've got to work in. I think we're going to do that number. A little bit smaller. It actually is flush with that other piece. And then the fur cape, again, is just coming off the top of it. And we will move all of these back to make room for the fur cape to kind of come parallel with it. And that looks almost exactly like I wanted it to. We just need to fill in this gap and the bottom gap. And I'm going to take a look at some other shots to see if there is an underarm shot. There's not. That shows how this ends down here. The only thing I can see is that it looks like this is kind of angled. Let's do that. That should be fine. That'll add a little bit of visual stimuli. All right, so now that we've finished all that, we can grab these edges here. Boop. Why is that not selecting that? Oh, it is. That's that other edge is. This edge was covering it up. I hate that. And we'll grab that edge. And that's all we need. Boop. And then we're gonna target weld this guy onto that guy. And that guy onto that guy. Oh, that did the wrong thing. This guy onto that guy. What is happening? That's... Is there an extra vertex in there? Hang on, let me do this manually. Burp. Okay, let's try that again. I want to figure out why. Okay, I have no idea. I must have selected another vertex somewhere. There you go. There's his shoulder fluff. We're not going to make a back to this, I guess. We shouldn't need... Oh, look, I did it on this one too. Look at that. Look at that. There, that one's right now. That one's right now. Okay, there we go. That's much better. And then we're going to line this one and this one. Where's the bridge? Oh, it's up top. Bridge. There. What is that doing? Why is it pulling things in directions it shouldn't be pulling? See how, why does it pull that? Oh, is that Z? It can't be Z5. It's adding vertices in there. Jeez. Let's bridge specific edges and see if that fixes this. Nope. Cancel. Alright, if I have to, very simply, take this edge, drag it back to there, and then do what we did before. Target weld this guy to this guy. Nope, it moved it really far away. Why is it selecting other vertices? This doesn't make any sense. Why did it go over there? No. Did I ask you to do that? No. Why would you do that? What? How about if I target weld this one that one first. Nope, it's still pulled. Why is it doing that? There is no vertex there. There's no edge. It's a four. Where's turn? Turn. Let's turn that and see if that's what's freaking everything out. Okay. Please tell me that was all the... Why? Why would that... Why would it... It's like it was creating a vertex in there because the edge was going this way. It was like, oh, I better add an edge there. Oh my goodness, Max. It's not that difficult. Jeez. Let's unhide all. Alright, so that covers up that edge there. It's kind of all that matters. This edge can be exposed on the bottom, that's fine. And then this can be exposed, it's all underneath. Alright, that should about cover it. Alright, so now we need to make that weird piece that goes in the front and the weird piece that goes in the back. We're going to save really quick. I'm going to zoom in on it and then turn off. Save. And we're going to make a sphere. We're going to make a sphere. I made one. Boop. There's our sphere. Now, oh, this is so weird. So looking at this one here, you can see it's like, oh, it's super round and fluffy. It's kind of like a cylinder, but fluffy and with a little rounded point on the top and a little rounded bottom, except it's flat on the inside. So it's like, oh, great. Is it also flat on the back? I don't know. We might not need a cylinder for this. Look, so there's like his shoulder thing. There's this thing. It's straight. Look, it's not rounded at all. It's just angled. It comes from that joint up in front of that thing. Alright, top-down view. You have saved the day. I don't want to delete that. I want to delete this. Let's make another plane. I'm going to go back to our left view. And I'm just going to make a plane. And I'm going to hide this. And I'm going to hide this. And we're going to need to leave these out because I'm going to need to reference them to cover all of this up and do weird things. Plane. Actually, we may want a box. Boop. I think I want a box. Boop. Right in. There. And there. That's gonna go there. That's gonna go there. And now I need a front view again to see how long this is. There's our front view here. To compare with this one, it's just a little bit shorter than the cylinder, and then it just recedes back in both ways. It goes there and there. And then we're going to take the polygon and we're going to extrude it. Now with this, we take this back here, right there, and this to here, and these go to here. There you go. And I think that's it for that, honestly. I think that's it. And I think we're gonna delete this here. Just let it be like a fluff thing. And these basically just do we're gonna curve this one just a little bit. That's fine if that's there. And poop. Think like that. There's that stupid weird piece that I didn't know how to tackle forever. We still need to move this. Take a look here. We're gonna round this one off too. These random sneezes, my dudes, they are painful. Okay, back to rounding this one off. Boop. Rounded. Done. Look how rounded that is. Boop. No, I like the old one. That one. There you go. Now let's clear out some of this geometry we don't need in here. It's so weird. Alright, so if I take a peek at this fellow right here. My question becomes, can I move this back? It's supposed to be flush with the back of this. Maybe, just maybe, this needs to come forward. Like here. Man. And so you look at this shot. We were talking about how his proportions kind of change, like he kind of condenses into himself and then gets bigger again. So we had, this is the proportions we settled on, which had some gaps in here. This is now in the middle of this. This here is now down here in this shot because he's like slouching or something. His shoulders are down, which also brings, that's why we brought this down, because originally it was up here in some of the shots. In other shots, it's down here. So we did a middle ground and we put it in the middle. Oh my goodness. How does... They animate these guys with a lot of exaggerated movements. And it's killing me. Let's just delete the faces on the back of this. I don't think I care about this enough. Delete. Oh, what is that face? Right there. Delete. Now I need to play with that. And this. That needs to go there, I think. Actually, this can go with them. There you go. Did I not bring this in either? There you go. There's his weird... We can delete that. And that one. There you go. Okay. Turn off the see-through. Did this get dragged forward with something? Why is this one different? Oh, because why did I drag that one back? I'll bring that one back too, I guess. There you go. Alright, there's a stupid thing that goes in the front. Now we gotta make his cowl in the back. Which I think I'm going to need to have this out to be able to... I'm gonna fill in kind of all this gap here. Which this shoulder is, excuse me, it's gonna be brought in. So like, all of this, which should include his paw and everything in there, gets dragged in here, closer to the body, right about there. That's where it's going to want to sit. So the gap isn't quite as large as it looked before. Basically, it just needs to cover up this here. So... what we are going to do is look at Bird Dog from far away and admire all that we've accomplished. Save so that we don't lose that accomplishment. Look at his beautiful tail feathers from above. They're beautifully displayed. We put way more effort into what that would look like than we should have. And then we're going to find our reference of his butt. This one. And we're just going to take a sphere, I think. I mean, I could do this with a plane, but a sphere would give me all the curves a lot easier and just kind of plop it on down over his back. So let's grab a sphere and plop that in there. Plop. And we're gonna lower the number of things on the sphere to like that, I think is a good number. I'm gonna bring this in a bit so I can see. I think that'll be Good. And then we're going to rotate it like that. And then we're gonna, actually we're gonna wait. And we're gonna delete, save as, +1, and poly. Now we can save. And we're going to delete half of the sphere. Doesn't matter which half, I just need a straight line. We're going to rotate it again. Like that, I think. We're going to do that. Maybe one more that way. And we're going to rotate it. I need to do local or view here for this one. Like that. And then this one's gonna be local. And we're gonna stretch this guy out like that. And how far down does his cowl go? To his tail butt? It goes down to about here. It's just above his tail feather bump. So, we're going to go into vertex mode and be very annoyed that we have to move all of these vertexes because it's a friggin' organic shape. You already understand. We're going to set these 2 points where we would like to begin and end, because they are the beginning and end of all that is organic here. So we want that nice curve. Let's have a little bit more flush in there, I think. And we're going to rotate this bad boy. This local, nope, that we had problems with that when we rotated things on local. We're going to do that. And we're going to leave it right about there for now. I want to make it fairly easy to select other things to move them around. This is going to get squashed down significantly. Actually, before we do this, I have a thought. Let's do that squash first. I think that's about right, and then we'll leave it as the current width for now. All right, let's go in here again. Move everything back where I had it. And there's nothing to talk about because friggin' organics. You just kind of play with it until you're like, oh, that looks really good. I'm telling you, man, organics. Okay, so this is just beginning. We're just trying to make sure that we get the overall shape done. So we can see that we need to bring in this a bit. We're going to need to squash that in, which is fine. I'm pretty happy with this curve in here, which was kind of what I was watching, was that interior curve. It's clipping his foot, which is what I thought was going to happen. Let me take a look what we want to do with like his wings popping out. I don't think there's really any good shots. But his wings just kind of just sit underneath this thing, you know. Like here's this shot where it's like the wings are just, the cape kind of lifts up and the wings are underneath it. There's not really any. It's like, oh, bird wings. I think we're going to leave it on this shot for now because honestly it's just going to be like, alright, let's just make the wings, just end it, you know. I think that's all it's going to come down to. Let's, I think I like this curve. I kind of just want to leave this as is, except I want to bring these edges in really quick. So let's do a soft selection on here because organics. Let's not use that one. Let's use those two. And we only want to affect like that. A little bit more than that. There. I think that should work. And just kind of bring this in. There we go. That looks good. Like that. That looks much better. Much better. And then I'm going to drag I'm going to have to reduce the pull. No, it's not going to work like that. I have to pick that one up too. Turn that off, close that. Bane of my existence. And then we're just going to drag this one and this one. Those two. Need one more. and this way. Like that. That looks much better. Okay, there is his stupid cowl. It's got like a little bit of a humph to it where the wings will hopefully come out. Stupid dog fur. Alright. So I'm expecting this to be made out of like really thin foam, like 2mm, to be able to get that nice curve in there. And hopefully just throwing fur on top of it. I hope she puts fur on all the furry parts. I would like that. It would be really hot, but I think it would look good. Alright, I am just gonna leave that there. I'm done with it. I saved it. Control S. It's saved. I want to move on. I want to move on so much that I want to start working on the wings. So let's get down to business. I'm gonna look in the search for good wing references here really quick. I would like underneath his wings particularly, not above his wings. Almost all the shots are like parallel with his wings. You don't really get to see anything, or the back of his wings for various reasons. Come on, people. Get a shot. I need more. If I go down here, will it load more images? It won't. Are those all of the images that pull up? Okay, let's get rid of toy. I will accept... What is this? Oh, that's a back shot. I thought they had a tiny little Silverbolt figure next to a larger Silverbolt figure, but it was just an in-image of the reverse. Hey, look, a painting of Silverbolt. That looks really cute. They make his forearms look really good. Oh, here's a shot of the bottom of the toy. Okay, that I can use. And it doesn't have the, what is it called? It doesn't have the little bullets in his sword things. What about this image here? I think I froze my browser, you guys. Oh, this is no good. This is moving. Oh, there it goes. Alright, it's working now. Save that image. And I want this image too. Actually, no, that's a very small image. I don't want that image. It's too tiny. Still looking. You would not believe how difficult it is to find shots of the bottom of his wings. Ooh, another painting of Silverbolt. Oh, there's more paintings of Silverbolt. They're all pretty and stuff. They're like realistic dog bird photos. Alright, I think that's probably the only image I'm going to find of the bottom of his wings, honestly. Either toy or animated. Oh, here's one. Ah, this one has the sword feather in too. Let's take a picture of that one. Boop. Alright, so now, if I go in here, I want this one. That's one of them there. That's the one I just got. It has the sword feathers in it. And this one, which does not. And they have them against different backgrounds. I think I like this one better. It's actually fairly large. How big is this? Oh, it's a big picture, you guys. Look how big this picture is. Oh, it's so big. Let's just do that. Oh, nope. I want that. And that. Alright, so look at this giant. And just look at his wings, you guys. Alright. Stupid dog cowl. And then wing comes out. I think I would like to make it similar to this, where we have a basically feather model, like 20 of them. These are all going to be the same, I think. And then we'll make the sword, and then we'll have a sheath for all the feathers and everything that is the bottom half and the top half of the wing that will allow things to be stuffed in here, and will also close around these feathers to keep them inside. So, to that end, I'm going to move this onto my other monitor and have a nice big reference picture for once. Close that out. I'm going to close that one out and that one out. Oh, and here's pictures of his feather swords too. We're probably just going to make it the feather with a stick on the end of it. I may not even make the stick. I'll just let her make the stick. The person making the costume will make the stick. It is decided. Okay. Now, I just need... We're gonna... You know what? I bet we could steal the same feather. Let me take a look at this. Okay. I think we can use the same feather. It just needs to be a little bit pointier. We're gonna collapse that. Yes. And I'm gonna collapse this one as well. I forgot we didn't. Boop. Yes. Okay. We need a little bit more. Yeah, they're usually a little bit pointier, and we're going to it's funny. The feathers, so the way they molded this is backwards, because this is the bottom of the wing. This feather should be on top of this feather, should be on top of that feather. Because if you go to the other side of the wing, you want this one on the top, underneath, because the way the wind comes at it. That's pretty funny. Fun fact, they made the toy wrong. They molded it wrong. And so to that end, I would like it moderately pointy. I think that'll work. We now have our wing feathers. And let me find the in-show shot here. He's got a lot of feathers. I don't know how many they want to make. They probably make like 20 per wing to fill it out. Another fun fact. He took his swords out of his wings and there's still, I think that's them there. Yeah, that's them there. So does he just grow copies? Can he just throw them forever? So these come from here, and they're back in there already. How weird. So another thing they have is on the in-show model, they have these weird rivets, like where the other feathers go into, secure into. Um, it's hard with the glare coming off of that to see. It darkens all of this. The way they have the lighting, it's up to the top and to the right, so his wings are pointing down and they're in the shade. You can't see them. Ah. 2 point. Welcome back to the chat. I'm not making the swords at all. Since this is commission, I'm just making the pattern for somebody else to make it. I assume they're going to use like a PVC pipe or something for this, and then I have no idea how they want to make this. I don't. I don't even know. Oh, he's got his arm off to the side here. I was like, I don't even know where the handle for this one is over here, but it's because it's over here. That's stupid. Um, yeah, it'll probably just be like a PVC pipe. It's just like a little tiny spear and then piece of foam. Let's go back to that one reference image. This one. Bam. Stare at that wing. So then what I want to do to make the wing is we're going to make the sheath out of this here. And then we're going to make these weird phalange things. Like we may even make the sheath like that. And then separate, make sure there's a line here and separate that, inset that, put phalange things on top of it. Copy all of these feathers. Make this weird pointy feather. Let's okay, we have our pointy feather here, which is going to be doop, like that. And we're just gonna let that sit around here, out of the way. Bird dog. Bird dog robot. Let's start with a plane. I honestly don't even know. This is gonna be weird. I don't even know. Boop. I don't even know, I may have to hold off on this. I don't even know how she's going to construct the wing, because like I said, she wanted it to move, in which case you can't have this big sheathy thing. I don't know how she wants it to move. You know what? We're going to let that just sit right like that. That's a pretty shape right there. And we're going to take this and that, and we're going to go like that. And like that. And that. Alright, there's our secondary piece there. It does need to be wider though, because he's got gigantic wings. That's about right, I think. It's about the length of like his arm. I'm looking at the toy here. Benedict with extendable wings next. Man, there's people who were at least two people I know of who were gonna make Benedict and they never finished him as far as I'm aware. I have no idea why. They had like the feet looked amazing and the head looked amazing. Like it just came out of the video game. They painted everything really pretty and they started working on the wings and then you never heard from them again. I think they died under the weight of the wings. They got buried in feathers and rocket launchers. It's a very sad story. Alright, so there's our feather there. And then we need stupid little plain whatever these things are that go on there. I need that other shot. I need to find that person who made the 3D model. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna be just a second while I try to find this other 3D model that someone else made. And that's gonna require a 10-minute login process to my email because my email is stupid and makes me sign into another email to verify that I want to sign into this email and that it's actually me. So I have to sign into 2 emails and wait to get an email at my second email. I hate it so much. Huh. We received a request to reset your Facebook password 3 times. Who is trying to log into my Facebook account? That's not me. Why would someone do this to me? Please don't. I'm just a humble artist struggling to survive. Alright, I got my code. I'm going to close out the other account so I can open this account. And then find the email that I want, which has the link to the 3D model that I want that has pictures of that model because they don't have the model itself. Alright, Google. Take me to DeviantArt. And take me to... Oh, they did weird things. I forgot what the top of his wings. And then they just put kind of little nubs on the bottom. Okay, well, it's there if I want to use it as reference. If not, which I probably won't. I have no ex-boyfriends, 2 point. I'm a robot. Alright, so they janked theirs. Let me look at that reference image and the show again. It's super stupid. Like it's literally just wavy, like out and in and 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 out and in. It's like it's just crumpled, like foil. Don't believe me? Is it because I use tone in my voice? I don't want to delete that. I want to delete this. We don't need that. I'm just gonna leave that like that. I think that's what I think we're gonna end on that note today. I'm gonna talk to the person and find out what they want to do with the wing. I'm gonna show them I have feathers, butt feathers, and the coverage of the back here, and a giant backpack room for wing things underneath. All that good noise, and then we're also gonna move this back further so that it looks a little bit better. We're gonna put that there. Nope, we're gonna put that right there. There you go. That's janky wing for a moment. I already told them this foot is gonna be in the way. They said to make it just in case. Right there. Okay. I think that is fine. We're just gonna... He's got like a Saker wing going on right now with this one lonely feather. I'm just gonna put that feather over here off to the side. I'm gonna take a picture of that, I think. We're gonna save this. We're gonna close that. There's your janky thing. Take a picture of this for a person. Boop. Attach a picture. Boop. Send a picture. Oh, you can't see his wing here because it's backwards. I send a picture of that too. Take photo. There you go. Okay. I think that's it for this stream for today. We'll take a picture from the front too. Look, oh, you can't see this feather because it's pointing the wrong direction. You can't see his butt feathers either. Right there. Because they're pointing the wrong direction. I'll take a picture from here. That one. And that one. Boom. Okay. Yeah, they said, yes, that looks awesome. All right, we get instant feedback from our commissioner. That's great. All right, so they're happy with it. I'm gonna go ahead and do some back and forth with them about how they like where I need to put like spaces in here, like if they want to break the wing in half. All right, I'll put a line in there and we'll cut it. We'll make it two separate pieces of pattern, that kind of thing. So I'll talk with this person, and we'll be back on tomorrow, same time every day. I start at the same time every day. I finish at different times depending on what I when I complete. If I get really frustrated with them. Um, so yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching the stream. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thanks to Point for popping in the chat. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Bye bye.